learned today that 2 of the bodies recovered after the flooding were found on the grounds of the Greenbrier Resort.
23 people total were killed in last Thursday's flooding. At least that's the number so far. Hundreds left without homes. And tonight, Federal Emergency Management Agency units are in 2 of the hardest hit areas, Greenbrier and Kanawha counties.
For every survivor, it is the worst. We recognize that, and that's how we treat it. It's a matter of giving that survivor-centric response that's most important to us.
New tonight at 11, we're hearing from those whose homes along Mill Hill Drive were destroyed. The neighborhood hardly recognizable. WSLS 10's Rob Manch has the details.
As a result of the floods here in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, homes that have stood for 40 years or more are now in rubble. It's all a result of the terrible storms Mother Nature brought last Thursday night. What was once a peaceful neighborhood in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, now resembles a war zone.
I'm trying to hold together. I mean, there's 30, 35, 40 years down the drain here.
The natural gas line in Mark Adwell's house ignited in the flood, destroying his home.
One piece over there by the pickup, it burnt. Other piece, we have no idea where it's at.
Adwell's neighbor, Eddie Coleman's house, still stands, but with significant damage and most of his valuables destroyed.
I can't comprehend. I mean, I've been here for 40-some years, and I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Coleman was able to escape, but Adwell says he stayed in his great-aunt's house, who is 91 and has dementia. He watched the horror of the storm through the window.
And it was probably 2.5, 3 foot in her house when my pickup hit the house. And I jumped down in the water to see what hit the house. I was afraid something was going to hit the house, knock a hole in it, and more water come in, or another house come down, knock us off, and we'd be floating down the river too.
Today, volunteers and the National Guard have flocked to this small town to offer people like Coleman and Adwell what small support and comfort they can.
Even our town of Covington was hit, not as bad, but the best thing that we have seen, if there is any good out of this, is that the people are helping each other. You know, you can see the love of God. You can see the American spirit here in West Virginia.
Coleman says he hopes to rebuild his home one day, but the memory of that night will stay forever.
It's sad that when you look out, you see where it used to be 3 or 4 houses, there's nothing there but dust now.
Adwell says he doesn't plan to make White Sulphur Springs his home in the future, but like many, will spend the next weeks and months helping others rebuild. In White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, Rob Manch, WSLS 10.